I just got another question on Twitter about the Second and the Fourth Amendment, and the Fourth Amendment is absolutely under assault right now. The fact that they're looking at our emails, and of course, the president says that they're listening to emails, which I didn't know you could do that. But the fact that they're looking at our emails and listening to our phone calls is definitely a problem. They're storing that information. So we've not been granted our due process rights. We're not criminals, so they have no rights to that information. As far as the Second Amendment goes, the Second Amendment defends all the rest. I mean, we've got to protect our gun rights. Our founders intended those rights to protect us from a tyrannical government, and that's what we're going to have to do. And the fact that we've got so many Republicans that are willing to acquiesce to demands from the Democrats on gun rights is very disturbing. But I can guarantee you, if I'm up in Washington, you'll have a U.S. Senator that's going to stand for the Second Amendment.
Senator, right. Along those lines, the Daily Caller reported that Barack Obama will sign the UN Small Arms Treaty. Of course, that would have to be voted on by the Senate. But Senator Graham, he backed Samantha Power to be the U.S. ambassador to the UN. She's very radical. She supports this global gun control. Supports the treaty. Basically, is behind Barack Obama. Number one, what would you do to make sure that there will be no global gun control? And number two, what's your thoughts on Lindsey Graham constantly backing radical leftists like Powers and also Sotomayor and Kagan?
Well, he has definitely ignored the will of the people of South Carolina. We would like for him to be a conservative voice, but he hasn't done that, and he's thrown with Obama way too many times. And I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but this last ordeal where he goes over to Egypt and what he did over there, and the fact that he's gotten on the wrong side of the issue, the Second Amendment, he makes a comment that it's for reasonable men for reasonable purposes, which I know he's backing up the liberal Supreme Court judges in a statement they made. But the bottom line is that's not what the Second Amendment was all about. It was about protecting ourselves from a tyrannical government. So I am very much disappointed in how he's handled that. If I'm in the U.S. Senate, I'd filibuster any kind of treaty to do with the United Nations. I mean, the bottom line is this. The gun rights are our rights as American citizens, and I don't believe the UN ought to be dictating anything to United States citizens.
Do you believe, should we just get out of the UN, or should we kick the UN out of New York?
Yeah.
I mean, what's your thought?
I'm for moving the UN, maybe to Qatar, somewhere like that would be great. I mean, there's a lot of building going on in the Middle East. Anywhere over there is fine with me, but I'd like to free up that real estate in New York. I don't know what we get for it. Jesse Helms made the comment one time that, and at that time we were paying 90% of the budget. We get one vote. You get all these other folks coming in there that can basically outvote us. Now, of course, we're on the Security Council, but basically, we've got the ability to communicate with other nations now. We've got the internet, we've got Skype, and obviously Obama is real quick to fly around the country. I mean, for goodness sakes, he even uses helicopters for his dog. So I think we can communicate with other nations need be, and if we're going to have a global organization, then I'd like it to be somewhere else, because I don't want it trying to micromanage the United States or trying to take our rights away.